Taxation is a compulsory levy by public authorities on individuals and companies for spending on public projects. Basically, there are two types of taxes, direct taxes and indirect taxes. Direct tax is a kind of taxes that is paid directly to governments by taxpayers such as income tax, wealth tax, etc. Indirect tax is a kind of taxes which are levied from producing or sales of goods and services. Those taxes are usually collected on the persons who take the final economic responsibility of firms. Examples are VAT, Goods and Services Tax, GST, and Sales Tax. Taxation is almost an essential part of any country's economics, but not everyone really understands why we need taxation. Generally, taxes are collected by governments for some main reasons. 1. To correct externalities. Taxes are collected on goods and services where the social cost is not reflected in the private cost. For example, tobacco is heavily taxed due to the health problems it causes and because the cost associated with healthcare is usually borne by the government. 2. To provide public services. Taxes are spending on public projects such as improving infrastructures, including roads, hospitals, schools, or healthcare system. 3. To redistribute wealth. The collection of taxes itself serves as a means of redistribution, as does social spending on programs designed to overcome poverty and inequality. 4. Employment purpose. Government can also manipulate taxation to achieve desired employment level, and also the money paid by the taxpayers can be used to create more jobs for the unemployed. 5. To control inflation. Taxes can be used as anti-inflationary devices. This can be possible if the government increases direct tax without increasing the expenditure. 6. To protect infant industries. Government can help to protect new industries from competition through tax barriers. For example, the government of a developing economy will levy tariffs on imported goods and industries in which it wants to foster growth. This partially protects domestic industries from foreign rivals. Opportunity cost represents the benefits an individual investor or business misses out on when choosing one alternative over another. When assessing the potential profitability of various investments, businesses look for the option that is likely to yield the greatest return. Often, they can determine this by looking at the expected rate of return for an investment vehicle. However, businesses must also consider the opportunity cost of each option. Assume that, given a set amount of money for investment, a business must choose between investing funds in securities or using it to purchase new equipment. No matter which option the business chooses, the potential profit it gives up by not investing in the other option is the opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the profit lost when one alternative is selected over another. The concept is useful simply as a reminder to examine all reasonable alternatives before making a decision. For example, choosing to buy a pencil for $5 or a color book for $7. Opportunity cost does not necessarily involve money. It can also refer to alternative uses of times. For example, do you spend 20 hours learning a new skill or 20 hours reading a book? The formula of opportunity cost is the difference between the expected returns of each option. Opportunity cost equals return of more lucrative option not chosen minus return of chosen option. A tax wedge is the difference between before tax and after tax wages. The tax wedge measures how much the government receives as a result of taxing the labor force. Tax wedge also refers to the market inefficiency that is created when a tax is imposed on a good or service. The tax causes the supply and demand equilibrium to shift, creating a wedge of deadweight losses. Many employees have tax withheld from their paychecks, which means their take-home pay is less than the gross salary or wage or the cost of employing them. The tax wedge is the difference between what employees take home in earnings and what it costs to employ them, labor cost, or the dollar measure of the income tax rate. The Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development (OECD) defines a tax wedge as the ratio between the amount of taxes paid by an average single worker, a single person at 100% of average earnings, without children, and the corresponding total labor cost for the employer. In some countries, the tax wedge increases as employee income increases. This reduces the marginal benefit of working. Therefore, employees will often work less hours than they would if no tax was imposed. Thus, a tax wedge might be calculated to determine how higher payroll taxes ultimately affect hiring. A tax wedge can also be used to calculate the percentage of market inefficiency introduced by sales taxes. When a good or service is taxed, the equilibrium price and quantity shift. The resulting price or quantity which deviates from the equilibrium is known as a tax wedge. The market inefficiency that results from a tax wedge will cause the consumer to pay more and the producer to receive less for the good that they did before the tax due to higher equilibrium prices paid by consumers and lower equilibrium quantities sold by producers. In effect, the sales tax effectively drives a wedge between the price consumers pay and the price producers receive for a product. Here is a quick quiz which you can review the terms with us. Number 1. What is taxation? Number 2. What are the types of taxation? Number 3. Why is taxation necessary? Number 4. What are taxes used for? Number 5. What is an opportunity cost? Number 6. Can an opportunity cost be timed? Number 7. What's the opportunity cost for going to college? Number 8. What is the formula of an opportunity cost? Number 9. What is tax wedge? Number 10. How was market efficiency created? Number 11. What is a deadweight loss? Number 12. How does tax affect equilibrium price? Hi, my name is Rebecca Shin, and I am here to answer the questions. I will not be answering every question. I'll be answering one question each for each glossary term. So for the questions that I did not answer, please go rewind the video and listen to the explanations again. So here we go. Number 1. What is tax used for? These are the 6 points that are stated in the video, but I will not be stating every point. I'll be stating 2 of them, which is 1, to correct externalities, 2, for public services, and etc. Number 2 is, what is an opportunity cost for going to college? Well, for example, if I wasn't going to college, I would be working, I would be gaining experiences, and I would be making money. So the opportunity cost for me for going to college is gaining experiences and making money that I could have done if I didn't go to college. Number 3, what is deadweight loss? It's the money that is not taken by the consumer nor the producer. It's the money that is lost because of taxation. If you go back and rewind the video, you'll see the graph and see a small rectangle, and that's deadweight loss. If you want to learn more about these questions, if you want to hear the explanations, please go back to the video and watch it again. I hope you have learned something new today. Thank you for watching and enjoy economics.